After the horrific FIFA 64, EA went back to the drawing board when they created FIFA 98. It was a much improved game, but to be fair, pretty much anything would have been a step up from FIFA 64, which has to be one of the worst games on the Nintendo 64. Seemingly back on track with the FIFA series, but still lagging in popularity behind Konami's International Superstar Soccer, EA, to the surprise of nobody, announced FIFA 99, which would contain a whole ton of enhancements and gameplay improvements. Unlike the NBA, NFL and NHL, FIFA are as protective of their licenses as they are with their shady, corrupt, backhanded dealings, and so being the only football game with the official licenses had always been a major coup for the franchise. This allows FIFA 99 to have over 250 teams from 12 territories, all with the likenesses of players they could ever want to see. Sure, the license was one thing that ISS would never have, but where FIFA games had long been left in the park was in its gameplay. To combat this criticism, EA implemented better AI for wingers and tackling, as well as new skills such as chest trapping and directional control, which allowed you to defend and protect the ball with accuracy never seen before. Players can fake and juke, and with the ability to change the game's entire speed, it means that you can tweak the overall experience like never before to create a game that plays how you want it to. Perhaps the biggest and yet often most overlooked improvement was the new addition of interruptible motion captured animations. In the past, if you started a turn or move, your players would continue the full sequence no matter what happened, such as being tackled. This time around, if your move is interrupted halfway through, the animations will change, which not only makes the game look more realistic, it also makes it feel that way too, as you'll be able to quickly make your next move rather than wasting precious moments while the game finished your first move off. Speaking of the graphics, the game does run at the great looking medium high resolution mode, which was first found in NHL 99. The resolution is a solid 640 by 240, and the frame rate runs along very smoothly most of the time. If you venture into the options menu, you'll also find a non-advertised high resolution 640 by 480 mode if you have the expansion pack plugged in. Running the game in this high res mode makes only a slight visual improvement, but the frame rate does drop noticeably, and so it's best to play around with this if you see yourself using this for more than one or two matches. The usual EA level of polish in other areas is also superb. You'll have tons of real life stadia, realistic looking players, and the presentation in the menus is sharp and clear. Minor details such as the pitches weighing down during the games are also a welcome feature, and seeing a green pitch turn into a muddy patch filled area in certain conditions really changes how the game is played. The game modes too are also as expected, with the usual football game ones you have all been accustomed to. New additions this time around though include a European Super League, which pits the best teams in Europe in a Champions League-like affair, and the ability to have golden goal matches where sudden death starts from the moment that the whistle blows. Like most EA games of the time, the sound is fantastic, and with the Dolby Pro Logic surround sound system, the game lives up to the big stadium feel they were going for. Commentary is handled by John Motson, who is one of my preferred commentators, and the only downside is that EA again cannot seem to get the compression right, and so there's not as much commentary lines as you'll find in other sports games. To make up for this though, Fatboy Slim's Rockefeller Skank is this year's theme, which you'll get to hear lots of times during the game's menu screens. FIFA 99 for a short time was in my opinion the best football game on the console. It was more fun to play than ISS 98, however when ISS 2000 showed up, Konami did retake their crown. The biggest surprise was that this was the last FIFA game on the console. Perhaps they didn't think that FIFA 2000 would sell enough copies being late in the console's life, but at least by this instalment they did show us that once again they did know how to make a good football game. As always though, it's over to you. I want to know what you believe was the better game between FIFA 99 and ISS 2000. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and until next time.